Welcome to Harare, Zimbabwe's largest and capital city. Of about 1.7 million and a greater metropolitan area of 2.9 million. Harare is a bustling and vibrant city that keeps moving despite slowdowns in Zimbabwe's economy, which trickles down to the supply of electricity and water. Harare enjoys one of the best climates in the world thanks to its geographical location in southern Africa, but also because of its elevation. And even if it does get somewhat hot, residents can cool down in the shady Harare Gardens, the biggest park in the city. Another popular park in downtown Harare is Africa Unity Square that we're looking at right now, formerly known as Rhodes the Square, after Cecil John Rhodes. The square was built in 1890 and has been host to many important gatherings in Harare's history. And it's also a great place to just hang out and enjoy the day. I heard that before there was a huge fountain here, but again, as I mentioned earlier, because of water shortages, it isn't currently running. Christianity is the most practiced religion in Zimbabwe, although many of their old indigenous beliefs are still practiced today. This here is the Cathedral of the Sacred Heart, and it is one of the few remaining buildings from the colonial era here in Harare. The city was founded in 1890 by the pioneer column led by Cecil John Rhodes. And the pioneer column was the small military task force of the British South Africa Company. They named the settlement Fort Salisbury after Mr. Salisbury, who was the British Prime Minister at the time. And the British South Africa Company ran the city until Southern Rhodesia built a responsible government in 1923. At which point Salisbury became the capital of Southern Rhodesia, which was later named Rhodesia. And then in 1953, Rhodesia became part of the Central African Federation. And in 1982, 2 years after Zimbabwe attained its independence, the name was changed from Salisbury to Harare, which was the name of a nearby Shona village. Shona being the indigenous people of the area. Walking around Harare, the language that you'll be hearing the most will be Shona. And even though English is also an official language along with Shona, it is not as commonly, but not everybody is fluent in English, especially when you go into the more rural areas of Zimbabwe, which I've traveled in quite a bit. And if I had to guess, I would say that less than half are fluent in English. That percentage is much higher here in Harare because this is the country's economic hub. Harare is Zimbabwe's leading financial, commercial, and communications center. It is also the trade center for maize, cotton, tobacco, and citrus fruits. In addition to business opportunities, the residents of Harare enjoy the best food, nightlife, and shopping in Zimbabwe. And you can find all of the above on First Avenue, which is Harare's pedestrian street that almost surely has whatever you're looking for. Or one can go to the Eastgate Center, which is a shopping and office complex, and is in fact the first self-ventilating complex of its kind. So I hope you enjoyed this city tour and the history of Harare. On this channel I also have a video of the University of Zimbabwe, which is located here in Harare, probably the most renowned university in the country. And I might be doing one more video of Harare. I was here as part of my journey bicycling from Cape Town, South Africa, all the way to Cairo, Egypt. And before that, I bicycled from Canada, where I'm from, to southern Patagonia in Argentina. And if you'd like to see an interactive map of everywhere that I went and everything that I got to see, I have that available over on my website, followthehamoftheearth.com, where you can click on the different locations and see the blog posts and videos I've made of these places. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures bicycling through Africa, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button below the video and click on the bell to be notified when new videos come out. Alright, so that's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.